All right. So let's get into it. So today, everybody can jump on in. You guys can tell me where y'all from. But I am about to do something to my hair, and I don't know. I think it just does something, and it has the great conversations when I do my hair. And I just want to talk about just something that we were talking about. Well, a couple subjects that we were talking about today when I was at work, right? We were talking about a lot of different subjects, but one movie that stood out, and then I had quoted it last night. I had quoted it last night on my live. So anyway, I'm about to put, if y'all on here, I'm about to put these bad boys in. So it's only like $5 for this. It's Havana Twist. I love this kind. And then, so you're going to need this bad boy, this bad boy. This is a crochet needle. And then butter edges. And then we got to put the Black Girl Magic on it. Anywho, while I get ready to do that, I love you too. Yeah, while I get ready to do that, I'm going to tell you guys about what we were talking about at work today. Lights out. While I was at work, right? While I was at work, we had conversations about the Wizard of Oz. And last night I had said something about the Wiz, right? Yeah, so last night I had talked about the Wiz. Yeah, for y'all that's joining in, I just said the kind of hair that I'm going to use, they're $5. I don't really do expensive hair except for my real hair. It costs a lot to get that done, but whatever. And then like the edge thingy, boom, and then a crochet needle. It's not hard. And then I said for the Black Girl Magic, we're going to have the accessories. Ohio's in the building. Hey. So y'all going to see me. Anywho. So anyway, we were talking about it. And so I had the girls tell me all about the characters that were in The Wizard of Oz, right? North Carolina. And so I was like, tell me all the characters that were in The Wizard of Oz, Texas. And they went to saying, you know, Dorothy, the Wicked Witch of the East, the Wicked Witch of the West, the one that sent her, which was one of the Wicked Witch sisters who gave her the red shoes, right? And she gave her the red shoes, but she didn't give her any instructions, right? So I was like, bet, okay. So then they went to breaking it down. They said, you know, you had Toto the dog, and then you had the lion, which was Courage the cowardly lion. I have to say the little lion's name, right? So you had him. You had we got Bradford County, Broward County, and then we got Georgia. Anyway, you had the cowardly lion who wanted courage, right? And then you had the Tin Man who wanted the heart. Yeah, Tin Man wanted the heart. You had the Scarecrow who wanted the brain. And then you had the Cowardly Lion who wanted courage, right? And all of them had a divine purpose. And it was to get Dorothy to get to I forgot the man's name. But anyway, so she can get back home, right? But whole time, all Dorothy had to do was click her heels together and say there's no place like home. And I think I can and be home, right? It was just a 3 clicks she had to do with her feet, right? So, hi y'all. Yeah, Oz, right? Titusville, that's Orlando. What she said? You have so much. I don't have patience. That's why I don't do it. I hate doing hair. I hate every bit of it. Hate every bit of it. I just know how to do it, but I hate it. Yes. And this is going to last me like 2 weeks, possibly 3 weeks, because I get aggravated with hair really quick. Anywho, yes. So go back to the Oz, right? So it was instruction. So when I was talking to the girls, I said, well, what do you need a heart for? Thank you. I said, what do you need a heart for? And why didn't he have a heart? So we went to breaking it all down, and we talked about like the Tin Man, how he would get rusty, and he had to, and the others had to run over and put oil in him to get him crunked back up, right? And I said, if you look at it with your flesh, you're like, oh, okay, people are just oiling him up. And I said, but if you look at it with your spirit, right? Boom. He's borrowing other people's oil. because he's not filled up with anything. This is just me talking. This is my theories or whatever. So anyway, and I said, how many people are trying to borrow another pastor's anointing or borrow your grandparents' anointing because you don't know God for yourself? But when you start having that relationship with God, you don't have to borrow from nobody else because you're going to have your own anointing, right? And I said, at the end, when he got his heart, he was able to see that he didn't need them in the first place, but they all had a mission. There's going to be people that's going to be put in your life that are solely going to be put in your life to get you to your destination. And that's it. That's all. And it's going to, it's going to hurt when it's time for people to leave. But in the same sense, God put them in your life for a reason. So it's like, you can't like fear people leaving you. Let them leave. They had a purpose. And it all goes back to me in the Bible with Judas. Like, he had one purpose. He had literally one purpose. And everyone's like trying to analyze the whole Judas story or whatever and trying to make it more than what it was. But it wasn't what it was. I mean, it was what it was with Judas. Judas was a betrayer. And it had to happen. When I look at life and I see the things that people did to me, and I see the things that people are planning against me, I don't look at it as like, why did you do that to me? I look at it as you had to do it. Like, the people had to hurt you. In order for you to get to your next level, something has to give. Like, it's a give and take. They have to betray you because when you get mad, or this could just be me, y'all let me know if this is y'all. When I get mad, I get angry and then I go harder. When you tell me that I can't do something, I'm going to show you that I can do it and I can do it well. You're not going to tell me that a woman can't preach because I'm going to show you that I'm God fearing, that I'm anointed, that you can't tell me that I can't stand in that pulpit because I'm going to make my own. I'm going to get my own karaoke and my microphone and I'm going to show you what God going to do for me. You're not going to tell me what I cannot do. It just makes me angry. But God knows exactly how much you need to push you in that direction. He knows if they tell you you can't, you're going to show them that you can. God already know that. He know his children. So you thinking that they just hating on you, and God like, no, I'm letting them, because God isn't going to allow the devil to just come into your house. Understand this. See, God had to let the devil come to Judas. I'm not Judas, to come to Job. Job wasn't, Judas keep coming up. Okay, God. Job was minding his business. God offered up Job. And the devil said this. The devil said, why are you bringing him up when you know you got your protection around him? Because God has his hedge of protection around his chosen. So even though the devil wants to get to you, he can't. And then it always sticks to me when I talk about Job, because how would the devil know that God had his head of protection around him if he hadn't tried to get Job in the first place? Job was always a target. He just knew he couldn't get him. So when God told him, have you considered my servant Job? The devil was like, nah, I can't touch him anyway. Shoot, you got your hedge of protection around him, so I can't touch him. And then God was like, go get him. I guarantee you, I put my best against your worst. And I bet you my child ain't gonna betray me. And the devil was all happy because he just knew that Job was going to be like him. All right. God said, I'm going to put my best up. I'm going to offer up my best because I promise you, I know my children and I know my child's not going to betray me. That I know. God was like, go on, touch him. Go on, do everything. But what you can't do is kill him. You can't take his life. You can take his money. You can take everything around him. But my child is not going to curse me. I'm talking about he had boils on his skin, everything. Like, he tried to do his worst to Job. And Job was like, nah, I'm not going to. And in fact, when everybody turned their back on Job, Job went to praying for him. He went to praying for the friends and was like, why are you still with that God? Look what's happening. You in ruins. Womp. The wife don't want nothing to do with him. Everybody turned their back on him. And he was like, as for me, I'm going to serve the Lord. I don't really know what y'all got going on, but this must be some kind of test. But I'm going to count it all joy because clearly the devil mad. The devil big mad because he ain't killed me yet. I know he want me. He taking everything from me. I know he want me, but he can't have you. And that's with God. God is sitting back like, yeah, you can take it all. You can take it all because at the end of the day, I'm going to give them back double. I'm going to give them back double. And when I read that story, I just sit back and I'm just like, the devil really, really wanted him so bad. He really wanted Job so bad. And it's just, you make the devil out of a lie because he's the father of lies. So why not, right? Hey, everybody. Join on in. I don't have the Bible with me because I'm braiding my hair. Don't mind me. And I'm not happy about it. But it has to be done. I have to look like somebody, y'all. I've been looking like nobody for a little while. It is what it is, and it ain't what it ain't. Take me as I am. Listen. Anywho, so when I think about that, I think about how many times has the devil tried to take you out, literally. How many times have you should have been dead, but God? But God. How many times, thank you, how many times you should have been dead, but God kept you? How many times have you lost it all and gained it all back? As a matter of fact, not only did you gain it all back, you added weight to what you gained back. How many times? God says, I know exactly what I'm doing. See, when the devil says, I want them, God said, okay, go get them. But you ain't going to kill them. Go get them. Because God has a master plan in store. God already knew that Job wasn't going to curse him. God already knew that. And God already had his inheritance, his kingdom inheritance prepared for Job because he knew that Job wasn't going to curse him. God already had the double blessing on the way, just on standby when the devil got done or when God got done. And he was just sitting back, sitting pretty, just adding tax to it, adding tax to it, adding tax to it. God knows you. God knows every bit of you. And God knows that you're not going to curse him. God knows that you're not going to curse him. No matter what's happening in your life right now. God knows. And I know right now the world is crazy. School shootings and, doggone cyclones down here in Florida hitting. And, just gas acting redonkulous. And, food going up. All these farms out here. Old MacDonald had a farm, but ain't no chickens around. I'm confused. Anywho, listen. Listen. God knows that we were created for such a time like this. He knows what we can and can't take. And the devil does not know. See, the devil is thinking that you're going to give up. You're going to curse God. You're going to try to make a little deal with the devil that he's waiting for. He's waiting on you to switch over. The devil can't wait for you to be like, yeah, God, you ain't do it for me. You ain't do it for me. But instead, you're sitting back like, God, you did it before and you'll do it again. God, you did it before and you'll do it again. I'm going to endure this storm. I'm going to endure this storm because I know that it's just a storm. And I'm wise enough to know that I'm going to pass through the storm because the storm was created to come by. It can't stay. You never hear of a storm just staying. Just chilling. Just, you know what? I'm going to stay a couple years here. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. Even God only had it come for 40 days, 40 nights. You never heard of a storm just coming and just sitting in your life, just chilling. Like, yep, today is a good day to keep being a storm. I'm just going to storm for 2-3 years. Nah, you going to go through it. And that's going to be that. You going to go through it, but you going to grow through it. Everything in life you going to grow through. You're going to go and grow because you go through life. Right? And God is sitting back like, go through it. Grow through it. But understand, you're coming out. You're coming out. I don't care what you're going through. I don't care what you're battling. You're coming out. The devil wants you to think that after all of this stuff is happening to you, there ain't no light at the end of the tunnel. But every tunnel has a way of escape. And when you're on the train, you know when you come into the end of it because you see the light at the end of the tunnel. You can go through a mile-long tunnel, but when you hit that mile mark, guess what? There goes that light at the end of that tunnel. God says you're getting ready to come out of that tunnel. You're getting ready to come out of that tunnel, out of that dark place. You're getting ready to come out of that poverty. You're getting ready to come out of that depression. You're getting ready to come out of everything that's been holding you back. You're getting ready to come out of that divorce. You're getting ready to come out of it strong. I'm talking about you finna come out like, what's up? Yeah, what's up? You came to kill me, but here I am. I ain't going nowhere. Yeah, I know. I'm supposed to be dead. I know you thought you had me. Yeah, I know, but I ain't going nowhere. You can't make me, and I ain't going nowhere. It wants you to throw in the towel. The devil wants you to throw in the towel. The devil wants you to give up because it has plans. And if you don't succeed, then he's just happy because the devil is just a crab in a bucket. Point blank, period. If y'all don't know what a crab in a bucket is, I'm from down south. So when you pull a crab out, right, to put it in a pot and a boil, right? Boom. You pull the crab out to put it in a pot and boil. All the other crabs grabbed his little legs and stuff, and then his little legs start breaking off, and his big hand little thing start breaking off. Like all that stuff starts breaking off when you try to pull one crab out of the bucket. Right? They all want the crab to stay in the bucket with them. Every last one of them. None of them want the crab to come out because they so busy trying to make sure they get theirs that they gonna make sure you don't get yours. And every time you get a little bit of light, it pulls you back down. It pulls you back down. Come on. That's why you got to surround yourself with people that are like you. Like, you don't want to be surrounding yourself with people that ain't got no goals, no aspiration. If you see, this is what my mom used to say. When you see people that are still, stay away from them. I'm going to break it down. Mama said, if you see people that are still in the past, that still haven't grown, that still haven't matured, that still bring up stuff that happened in 1999 and 2000, 1985, you need to stay away from them because they haven't grown up yet. And they still are immature. So they have nothing to add to you. They have no substance yet to add to you. Stay away from still people. Listen. My mama went to saying all of that. You're as big as your room. You're as big as the circle. If your circle's still over there in 1999, so will you. Get out of it. Stay out of it. Understand this. Sometimes people don't want to change, and that's okay because people gonna get it when they get it, and you can't make them get it. You can't make a person do what they want. You can lead them to water, but you can't make them drink. It doesn't mean that you can't be their friend. It doesn't mean that you can't be around them, but you can't only be around them. You know what I'm saying? You are the smartest person in that room, and that's scary. I don't want to be the smartest person in the room. I want to be in rooms filled up with so much knowledge that I'm sitting back there with a notepad, and I'm just taking notes left, right, and sideways because wisdom knocks every single day. Wisdom knocks every single day. And I want to make sure I get all the wisdom I can get. And I can't get none because of your still mindset. You still don't want to move up in life. You still blaming everybody and their mama for something that happened to you back in the day because you haven't healed yet. And even when you have the people around you giving you the guidance to heal, you don't want to heal because your mind isn't changed yet. And that's fine too. That's fine too. Because we all change in our own time. But I cannot afford to be in those kind of areas or that kind of mindset because you start gravitating towards those people. Listen. Everybody grows at their own time, and you can't force someone to grow. All you can do is try to lead them to water, but don't force people to do something. Don't be so forceful to where you lose somebody, and then you have that religious spirit on you. You don't ever want to have that religious spirit and that judgmental spirit because you were once there too. You were once there too. So it's okay, here we go. It's not what you say, it's how you say it. Let me put it that way. It's not what you say, it's how you say it. Because I'm a firm believer in there's a little bit of truth in everything somebody said. There's a little bit of truth in everything somebody say. So they hear you even when you think they don't hear you. They're changing even when you don't see their change. And I'm going to say this because it's not for you to see someone's change. It's for them. Them changing has nothing to do with you. It's about their growth and their change. And even your growth isn't for other people. Your growth is for yourself. You never have to prove to the world that you've changed. Never. And you owe no one in this lifetime an explanation for you changing or for you setting boundaries or for you just being a different person, period. You never have to explain that. That's something that you never have to explain. And I think that's what's stopping a lot of people from going somewhere because they're thinking that they have to explain this, and that. You don't have to explain nothing to no one. You owe nothing to nobody in this lifetime. You owe no one an explanation. You live your life how you live it because at the end of the day, in the Bible, read Revelations, we have a book of deeds, and we all answer for our own lives. It's going to be read back. Every last line of our life is going to be read back, and only you can answer for you. So you owe nobody in this lifetime any explanation for how you live your life but God. And if you know that you're changing, don't go around trying to have a billboard saying, I have changed. You don't have to do any of that. You let God do what he do. And you let God show the world that he changed you. Because God is going to get glory and actually honoring you. Because the devil loses you once God starts glorifying you. The devil lost another one when you decide to change. Anytime you decide to change, the devil loses another one. Anytime. So just know that you changing even a little bit, even if it's from you being like a chain smoker to smoking like 1 cigarette a day, 1 blunt a day, like even if like you're an alcoholic or whatever it might be, you drinking 1 beer a day, whatever it might be. Even if you do a subtle change, because sometimes changes don't happen so drastically. Sometimes they change in a little form. You doing that is making changes and strides towards life. And if you can start making strides towards life, the devil's like, whoa, wait, what's happening? Oh, you ain't know? They're changing. They get it. And see, when this is where people mess up, because when people be changing, you have those religious people, those religious spirit coming in telling you that you ain't changing good enough. You celebrating the fact that you only, like, let's say you smoke a box of cigarettes a day, and you only smoke 2 that day, 2 cigarettes that day, right? And you going around, you telling these people that have small minds, right? So you like, yeah, I only smoke a cigarette a day, da 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 da. And they're like, you still smoke. You this, you that, right? So now you're getting discouraged from changing because you want somebody to celebrate with you, not knowing that everyone isn't going to celebrate your success. Even that is a success because it's your success. No one can tell you what success looks like. You can tell yourself what success looks like. Don't look to man to make for confirmation or anything like that, because your change is for you. Your change is not for them. Even if it's a little by little. Even when I do fasting, and I recently just did a fast with a girl. She's never fasted before. We fast for 4 or 5 hours, and to other Christians, fasting for 4 or 5 hours. Fasting for 4 or 5 hours. Yeah. Fasting for 4 or 5 hours isn't a lie. But fasting to a new Christian or a person that's just coming to God, fasting for them, for 2-3 hours feels like death. Because if you ever fast, listen, honey, the devil is going to throw all kind of temptations at you. You're going to have this hunger in your belly like you've never had before. All of a sudden, you're going to have people bringing you food to the job. You're going to have, y'all walk with me real quick. Go ahead, Sky. Whew. Don't mind me. I'm just bald-headed right now, and that's okay. Sky, go ahead. We got one bathroom, y'all. So, walk with me. Yeah, but fasting to some people is very hard. To me, I can do 30, 40 days, and I'm fine with it. But to her, she did like 4 or 5 hours, and she's like, whoo, Lynn, whoo, I'm over here starving. Whoo, yeah, because the devil is like coming at you, and he's like, don't you want this? And I think somebody had bought donuts in that day. Like, people would just start bringing you all of this stuff. Okay, yesterday I was fasting, and an employee came, and she had this big old bowl of cookies, and it said, for Lynn only. I bust out laughing because I was fasting. And she came in with a special thing of cookies. She's never done this. She came in with a special thing of cookies that had my name on it. And I said, boy, devil, you is so funny. I was fasting, and these things, I mean, this is how the devil works. He came in with a special delivery with my name on it. And I just bust out laughing. I said, the devil is so funny because I'm fasting. I told no one I was fasting because I don't. And with these big old thing of cookies, and was like, this is for you. Nah, pimping, I'm good. Miss me with that. I'm not finna mess up over no cookies. It's just like Jesus being in the 40 day, 40 nights. The devil is going to tempt you because he knows that you're about to get blessed. He knows that you're about to walk into your overflow. Like I say, the devil can smell it coming. And then I just laugh because when you have infants or when you have toddlers, when you walk in, okay, baby, when you walk in the room, right? What is it? What? Okay. When you walk in the room, right, they can smell you. Before you can even really come in the room, a baby can smell you. Right? It's a smell that happens when you get close to something. And it's like the devil can smell you coming. Hold on, y'all. Plug my phone back up. Hold on. Yeah. Here we go. But yeah, it's like he can smell the blessings that's getting ready to be in your life. He can smell everything, right? All right. So, anybody ever did crochets? Let's hope my daughter didn't lose that crochet needle. We shall see. What did she just do with it just that quick? Okay, boom. All right, we're gonna need this bad boy. And then this is the Havana twist. At the top of crochet hair, it always have this funky little shape. You just open it up and you put it through, right? I like to, and I know a lot of people don't do this, but I do because I like to get it done fast. I like to put this in before, and then I push it through, and then I thread it with that, and I pull it down and pull it out, open it up, voila magic, and then you tighten it. It's not hard. There we go. Simple. Yeah. People double knot it. I don't, because I get aggravated with hairstyles, so I've been and took it out soon. So yeah. Anywho, we just keep doing that. We just keep doing it all the way around. And I'll be done in like 10 minutes. It's not hard. It's really simple. I'm telling you, it's really simple. Yeah. Anyway, it's celebrating the little things. And I think that's what's really wrong. Like, people are guilting people into not celebrating the little things when you don't know the struggles that other people have battled, right? And it's like somebody, and if you ever paid attention to people that have been on drugs, I've never been on drugs. I've never done anything in my life. But when you look at somebody who just got off of Addiction Alley, right? They celebrate day 1, day 2, day 3, day 4, because you don't know the battles that they just went through. You don't know the overdose that they was facing. You don't know what they were going through. So every day is a victory that they did it. And that's the same thing with any kind of sin that we're living in. Every day is a day of celebration that we did it. Like, every single day. And don't you dare let somebody guilt you into not celebrating the fact that you made it. You made it. Every single day, you made it. Every day. I don't care what it is. If you didn't text this person back, if you broke something with somebody, like, you made it. Like, period. Celebrate the fact that you made it. And the devil don't want you to celebrate it, so he sends people to make you feel like, oh, that's nothing. Oh, that little blessing. Oh, that it's not little. It's big. Everybody everybody got their own thing happening right now. Change isn't for you. That's what's wrong. You minding somebody else's business. That's what's wrong. But you're not ready to go in that closet and get your own skeletons out that bad boy, though. You're not ready to do that. The devil don't want to talk about how he was once a beautiful angel, but got jealous of God and got kicked out. You don't want to talk about those failures. You want to talk about somebody else. And that's one thing I can't stand. When you sit around and you just talk about somebody, knowing doggone well your stuff stink. Knowing your stuff stink. Ain't nobody on that. Fix your house first, because yours about to crumble while theirs getting ready to be built up, because they're trying. And God blesses you even more when he see you trying. Come on. Listen. Oh my goodness. But yeah. Anyway, we were talking about the Wizard of Oz. So then we went to talking about Proverbs. And to my surprise, a lot of people did not know that wisdom was a woman. So I got my handy dandy Bible, because I carry it with me everywhere, right? I got my Bible and I pulled it out and I let them read in Proverbs 1. I think it was 1 and 20. And then Proverbs 4, where it says, she will bestow upon you a crown. She is like, and it literally just says what wisdom is. And it's not the fact that she's a woman. It's the fact that wisdom says the best way to get wisdom is to get wisdom. Get wisdom. It cries out for you every single day. It's nothing special you have to do. It's not a special prayer that you have to pray. All you got to do is ask for wisdom. And wisdom will start knocking at your door. Wisdom will literally start knocking at your door. And it says fools Fools despise wisdom. I'm doing quotes out of my memory, and I don't have great memory when it comes to scripture. That's why I keep my notepad with me everywhere when I'm doing my hair. So, anyway, it just said the best way to get it is to get it. And it says that wisdom cries out in the alleyways. It cries out in the streets. It cries out everywhere for you to get wisdom. And if you turn your back on wisdom, it will show you what turning your back on a woman feels like. Ever heard of a woman scorned? Try wisdom. Because she gave you an opportunity to get her. She begs for you to get her. Wisdom literally begs for you to get her. And it's like so many people love being stuck on being foolish and childish and immature that they're going to let wisdom pass them by. But if by chance you decide to cry out for wisdom, she will bestow upon you a crown, a beautiful crown. Listen. Dun, 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 dun. Sorry, y'all. I can't see in my head. So this is how this goes, because I'm a one-man show. One-man show. Or whatever the rest of the chapter was. And to read Proverbs 4 and to tell me what they think. Because wisdom cries every day. And she was like, well, I thought like wisdom was a state of being. And I said, I mean, yes and no. Wisdom is a state of being, it's a state of being wise. And how do you get wise? Surrounding yourself with good people, asking for wisdom, and doing research and stuff. So you just have to be wise, and even who you be with. Because people say, how do you get discernment? You know, I don't know if it's just me or maybe you guys too. But when you're around people, right, and you feel that something ain't right, you feel like you ain't supposed to be here, you feel like they don't like you ever been into a room and everybody get quiet when you walk in and you know they've been talking about you, but you can't prove it. That's a little bit of discernment. God's showing you who they are, but they're going to act like they're your friends in your face, and they're going to turn their back and start talking about you. And I say this, when people talk about me behind my back, I respect that, because you know who I am. So you're going to put some respect on my name when I walk away. You can do all you can do, but you're not going to do it in my face, because you respect the fact that I am who I am. And that's why people won't say nothing to your face. They'll do it behind your back. Respect the people that talk behind your back, because they know that they can't do it in your presence because your light too bright. Your light too bright. And I had this conversation today too about having your light shine so bright that makes other people jealous of the light that you are, and not to dim your light so other people can shine, because it's so easy for us to take the back road so other people won't be upset with you. No, we're not doing that this season. We're not doing that this season. We're not sitting in the background and watching other people succeed because of something that we did to help them get to success. But when they get there, they turn their backs on you. Here we go. Told y'all, it's not going to take long. This is not long at all. This is the easiest hairstyle I can do. One, I did not want to do it. I did not want to do it. I don't know how y'all hairstylists do this. I got a daughter, and I can't stand doing hair. Absolutely hate it. Absolutely hate it. Think it's a mental state of mind, because I gotta do it. That's it. Absolutely hate it. Yeah. Anyway, it's like as you go higher, or as your light gets brighter, let's put it that way, not higher. As your light gets brighter, the more people will start to hate you. The more people will start to talk about you. The more people will start mocking you. And you got to get ready, because you told God that you was ready, right? So now he's about to put you in those rooms. He's about to put you in those places. He is about to do all of these things for you, right? But in order to do that, you have to face opposition. And opposition is the people that don't want you doing better than them. Opposition is the very people who don't want you doing better than them. Yeah. Says. Yeah. And I just, you know what? When I was talking about the Bible today, I was hearing the name Nicodemus. And it says, yeah, I was hearing the name Nicodemus. And if you know who Nicodemus is in the Bible, it was the man that came and visited Jesus before the crucifixion, who could have spoke up for Jesus, but he didn't. Like, he could have literally spoke up for Jesus, but he didn't. And I just think about how many people could have actually stood up for you when it came time, like, for like a judgment day. Like, let's say the job. Like, let's say that somebody was supposed to stand up for you, and they went to doing all that rah-rah talking. Oh, I'm going to make sure I stand up for you. This, and that. And then let's say you get called in the office by HR, and all of a sudden that person that was so loud, all of a sudden is so quiet. And it just reminds me of Nicodemus. Like, you were telling Jesus all this stuff in the darkness. But when morning came, my God, I hear when morning came. When morning came, Nicodemus was nowhere to be found. Well, he was there, but he ain't say nothing. The words that he was doing, oh, I'm going to this, and that, I'm going to have your back, this, and that. He was nowhere to be found. Those words went on deaf ears because he did not have the courage to do what it took to save Jesus. But everything had a purpose. Jesus had to die and all that stuff. But it just reminded me of jobs and life. When it comes to standing up for someone, everybody makes all these posts. I'm going to fight for y'all. I'm this, and that. But when it comes down to it, when you get called in those offices, or when you get called to ask for, a testimony or something like that, all of a sudden you got amnesia. All of a sudden, the very people that told you they're going to ride with you, all the very people that told you they're going to be here with you, they get quiet and ghost. Yeah, sheep amongst wolves. Or wolves in sheep's clothing, I'm sorry. All of that. So that's why you have to surround yourself with people that actually mean you good. Because so many people are going to say that they're going to be here. They're going to do this, and that for you. But when the time comes, they're going to be invisible and silent. The very people that could have helped save your job, they're going to worry about themselves. They're going to save their own selves. So why are you dimming your light for the likes of those very people to try to shine? Come on. Because if they had it and they had the options, they're going to make sure they throw salt on your name, or they won't say nothing at all. They're going to disassociate themselves with you because they don't want to lose their job, or they don't want to, be looked at like this, and that, Come on. Y'all, hate it with the passion. Hate it with the passion. I'm almost done. Because, yeah, I've been sit down and have a half a head and call it a day. I swear, y'all just be around here doing hair every day like this is something to do. I don't know how y'all sit around here with heads all day. I don't. Much respect to y'all. Much respect. Because this is a no for me. This is a no for me. This is a big no. Yeah. Anyway. Yeah. So anyway, I gave them homework to read Proverbs so they can get wisdom, because they said it was a state of being. And I'm just like, yeah, it's a state of being, but do some research. And don't just read it just to read it. Read it to comprehend it. And the way I read stories, or the way I read anything, I put myself there. Like if I'm reading something about like 18 BC or something, I put myself there. And I close my eyes and I envision myself being there. Because I want to see, okay, if I can... Thank you. Yeah, if I can put myself there, then I can make myself relevant in that situation, and I can see it differently. I don't know how to explain how I understand things. That's just how I do. I like put myself in that shoe so I can understand how and when, and then it feels more realistic that way to me. Yeah. So. So when they say comprehension, when I was in school, I was like, I don't understand. And then nobody ever broke it down. But then God broke it down. And then I started seeing things as movies because I can write. And then if I'm writing, I'm acting as if I'm there so I can understand it. And then I can deliver it, if that makes sense. Yeah. Anyway, next side. It's coming. Don't do me. Don't do me. Just a little bit. Yeah. That's it. Thank you. Yeah. Anyway, this side, the bald-headed boy side, but that's all right. I'll be bald-headed for a second. I got hair. Okay. And then we were talking about Sarah and Abraham and how how she was laughing when the man came and told Abraham, or Abram at the time, because his name was Abram at that time, he didn't have the name change, that she was going to have a baby. And she was laughing in the kitchen, right? And then they was like, why are you laughing? And then she tried to deny it, right? So I was laughing a little bit because how often, or when, when like somebody tell you like, oh, you're going to be the next millionaire in your family, and you're like, I heard that all year, and you start rolling your eyes, right? Like, yeah. Why is it so impossible for you to believe that? Why is it so hard for you to believe that you're going to be the next millionaire in your family? Why is it so hard for you to believe that you're going to be a generational curse breaker, that you are a generational curse breaker? Why is it so easy for you to believe all of the negative things that somebody say in your life, but not the good stuff? It's the state of mind. See, she had a mind of defeat because she had already counted herself out from having children. So when it was time for her to actually get the word that God was sending for her, she was in disbelief because she didn't think that she was worthy of it. She thought the time had passed, not knowing that God is on Kairos time, not Chronos time. And God says, my time is made perfect. And right when you want to give up, I'm going to step in and say, voila, magic, I got something for you. Why was it so hard for her to believe that she was going to be the mother of nations, that she was going to carry and birth out something that was going to change the whole trajectory of her lifetime? Why was it so hard to believe that it was her? So why are you doubting yourself, thinking it's not you? I need you to think about the battles that you've been facing with the devil. And I want you to understand this. The devil isn't attacking something that he already has. He already has some people. That's why they're living a good life. That's why they ain't going through nothing. And I'm afraid of a person that ain't going through something. I be going through something every week. Every week. I'm sitting around here like, whoo, God, my God. Come through for you, girl. Come through for you, girl. I'm talking about cars acting crazy. I done went live with my car acting crazy. Babies acting crazy. Bills piling up. Job acting crazy. Like every week, something's happening. Every week. So I'm afraid of people that ain't going through nothing. Nothing? You ain't going through nothing. You ain't sad. You ain't nothing. Nah. Who you working for? Who you working for? Because the devil might already got you, bruh. Because you going through something. Especially when you start like walking with God for real, for real. Like you start going through stuff. Unexplainable stuff. Stuff that don't make no kind of sense at all. Like you're going to start going through stuff. And it's not going to be pretty stuff. Like, stuff just going to start happening out of the blue, out of the norm. And you were like, I was just fine. And the devil's like, yep, making my way down south, walking to your house to mess it up. Because I'm the devil. Like, the devil is literally coming through like, yep, I'm coming. Listen, the devil is just hateful for no reason. Just hateful and nasty and he can't stand light. So every week he's sitting up there trying to figure out what he can do to try to make your life on earth a living hell. Literally. He's waiting and anticipating his next move in your life to try to tear it down. Yeah, you found your peace in God. Amen. Because if you ever lost peace, you know how much it cost. We're going to go there too. The price of peace is a very high cost to pay. I promised myself I would never lose it. When I came out of that job after 11 years, I did not know how damaged I was. And I did not know that a job can damage you that much. I remember I was working there for 11 years and I would sit in the car and I would just hyperventilate before I would go into the building, because this is way before I felt like I had some kind of calling. And I remember speaking to my boss about me feeling like I had a calling, and she was supportive. She said, why don't you just go and pursue your dream with it? And at that time, I didn't know anything about possibly being a preacher, anything like that. Like, I had no idea that this is what I was going to even do in life. And I was like looking at her and I'm like, well, I want to climb. Like, I've been here for 11 years. Like, I want to go up the ladder. Like, I want to get my promotion. I was in a little program to be assistant manager there. It was like I was doing so well, but I was so empty inside, and I hated it there because I just never felt great. And then plus so much racism had happened at that job, me getting called out of my name so many times to where I had to question who I was. and I was losing myself slowly. I was losing myself, and I didn't know how to call on God like I was supposed to. Like, I just didn't know. And I didn't know what else I can do. And I had a conversation with her, and I told her, and she's like, well, what do you want to do with your life? And I said, one day, I want to have a huge orphanage. And I know they don't have orphanage anymore. They have like the foster care program, da 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 da. I want to do something safe, something where people can always feel loved. And I want it to be for adults too. If you don't have a mother, if you don't have a father, even if you like 30, 40, 50, 60, if you want to feel loved, I want to always have my doors open for you. But I've always wanted to have my doors open for babies and just let them know, like, this is a safe place. You don't have to be afraid of the dark. You don't have to have night terrors. You don't have to worry about somebody coming into your room at night. You don't have to worry about anything. And I just always envisioned myself like running it to a T, because I'd be doggone if anybody's going to get hurt in the house of Lynn. No. So I was telling her that dream, that vision, and she was just like, why don't you do that? Why are you doing this when you are created to do that? And at that time I was thinking, she just hating because she don't want me to have that job, da 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 da. When I didn't know that people speak things over your life. 2 years later, we still talk, and she follows me on here and stuff, and she sends me videos, and she's like, look, your sound is viral, and I'm like, you kind of spoke it over me. I just thought you were hating on me, because the immature fleshly version thought that she didn't like me, thought that she wanted me to just be out of her store and go about my business, not knowing that she was being used by God to tell me my purpose. Now, as far as that orphanage comes, I'm a long way from that. I'm like 50 Cent. What does it say? No, is that 50? No, that's Plies. I want to buy me a Benz, but I'm 50 grand short. Yeah, listen, I'm a whole bunch short, but that's okay, because God's will is God's bill, and he's going to work all of that out, because he knows that that's like one of my biggest dreams is for a place for people to feel safe at night, to know that they're okay, to know that they can call Mama Lynn and I'm coming, And it don't matter how old you are, you still need love. You still need a hug. You still need to feel protected. You still need to know that somebody has your back, So that's it. That's all. And as I finish up, I'm going to show y'all how to put this other part on because I'm about to get off. It's hot in here. And I want to give up. Because I want to give up. Sky, bring me the scissors. Mara, one of y'all. Bring me the scissors. Yeah. I'm over it. I can't stand this. I'm going to show y'all how to put that last little part on. In the kitchen. Yeah. I'm over it. I don't know how y'all do this. Thank you. It'll look better when I'm done. I just feel like I need to take a hair break because I'm over it. Yeah. Thank you, baby.
That's an itch from that.
Girl, bye. Yes. Oh, thank you. So, boom. I'm going to put a little black girl magic on it real quick. And then I'm going to get off because I'm hot in here. And I'm tired. And I'm about to take a hair break because I am. And plus, it's going to take me like... This is a hairstyle that might take me like... I think we've been on here for like 30 minutes. It normally takes that long, but I don't want to do it. So, I'm taking longer. It doesn't take that much at all. We open these little bad boys up. I think I want this one on the front end. Oh, it fell. It fell. Yay. Voila. It's going to be pretty. Thank you. Trust me. One thing I hate is doing hair. Anyway, I'm getting ready to get off, y'all. I think I done talked y'all head off for tonight. I'm sorry I didn't have scripture. I just have the scripture I remember in my head. But it is the Pentecost weekend, so yeah. Yay. Okay. Love you guys. I'm getting ready to get off. I tie you up. Y'all have a good night.